So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. How are you doing? Awesome. I hope so. Hope you had a good week. Hope your plans that you had at the beginning of the week are working out. I know mine are. I had the plan after being nomadic for 2 months. I said I wasn't going to make any decisions until I get back, and I'm back now. We'll talk about that here in a sec, okay? It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. How fast do you move? How do you move yourself forward quickly? How do you get the success you want? No matter what it is, buying a house or going to the grocery store or making more money or whatever. How do you do it faster? Well, there's a way to do it, and there's a reason to do it. I'll fire you up in a second, because that's what we do. 15 years now, 48 million downloads, like tens of thousands of people every single day. It's Daily Boost, which is a positive boost, but yeah, it's kind of, frankly, it's in your face, it's real, it's me, it's what I do, and you come to me, and I'm going to motivate, I'm going to inspire you, I'm going to make you feel like you can do anything. That's what I do. You'll be blown away if you get me in person, and you can hire me or meet me at a coffee shop or at a campground, but in any case, I'm going to inspire you. But if you twist on me and you like back off on what you said you were going to do, you're going to see me cock my head, and a question mark is going to rise up right above my head. You're going to see it. I'm going to go, what? I'm going to challenge you with a little tough love and see if I can get you moving again. It happens. It is me, Scott. Good to have you here today. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. I said at the beginning of the program that making some decisions. I'm going to share a tactic that I do all the time, and that is just giving myself some space. And when I went nomadic a couple of months ago, I knew that it was going to take time for my brain just to kind of pop into a new world. Turned out to be about 3 weeks initially, and then about 6 weeks in, what has been about an 8 or 9 week journey now. About 6 weeks in, I just really flipped a switch, and just away from normal, away from the stuff I had been doing, still doing the podcast, still doing consulting, still staying basically involved with my business, still got everything humming in the background, other people helping me with that. But really not in the day-to-day, not having to think too much more than which hike are we going to take today. And so I just waited. And about 6 weeks in, my brain started to go, here's what you're going to do next. I got excited about it. But I made myself a promise. I said I would wait until I returned back to Florida, my home for the past 30 years. I'd wait until I got off the road, till I stopped the nomadic stuff, wait until I got back and got normalized a little bit. And here I am, normalized a little bit. And so it begins. And now I know it's going to be the month of August as I make some transition here. Will I say what it is today? No, I won't. But I'm just saying that sometimes you give yourself the space, you open up a little bit so you can get clear, and do not allow yourself to move forward until you're clear. That's the number one rule. We'll talk about that tomorrow. You just don't want to do that. So I got clear. I need to sit down and work on it a little bit. For the next month, we'll make some changes here. Got to be awesome. Hang on for the ride. By the way, before I start the show today, a big thank you to my wife. The show is brought to you by my wife today, the beautiful Joy, because we're in the RV. And just about the time I wanted to record, Joy said, I got to take a shower. Well, you can't take a shower while I'm recording. It's not going to work. And she said, well, I have to dry my hair too. You can't do that either. And it's like a 90-minute affair when she does this. It's just, I have no idea why. So we are in the campground here where we're staying right now today. We're in Port Orange. And she's using the public bathroom to take her shower and to do her hair. So we appreciate that. I know you do too as well. Happens. We accommodate, don't we? So it's time to move faster. Is your hair on fire for success? You feel like you really can do it? What's holding you back? Maybe you're holding yourself back, huh? Maybe you're doing what I said you're doing. What I'm doing right now is thinking time, pondering time. You got to do that. You got to get your head straight. You got to make sure you know where you want to go. But there is a point in time where you pull the trigger and go, right? And my hair's on fire right now. I'm just not letting my body follow. It's getting a little hot up there right now. I got to tell you. I need to get some breeze and jump in the water real fast or I'm going to burn myself up. So after we get beyond that thinking time, after we decide we know exactly what our path is going to be, then we have to get on it, don't we? There's a phrase that comes up that you probably heard before. It's the faster the speed of the leader, the faster the speed of the pack. Now, let me just stop for a second and say, okay, you're a leader. I mean, if you're trying to do anything in your life, you're leading your own life at least, and maybe your family's life. But maybe you don't consider it, hey, Scott, I'm not a leader. I just want stuff. I want to buy a house. Okay. Doesn't matter. The pack are all the people you're dealing with. It's the realtor, the bankers, the sellers, all that stuff in that situation. It's just the people you're dealing with. The faster you move, the faster they move. What if they don't? Sometimes they don't. It's okay. You keep moving. People notice you're moving. I'm telling you, you want to go buy a house right now? Let's use that metaphor. If you want to buy a house as a seller's market, it's very difficult right now to do that. And people are out there doing it. But you know what the biggest problems people have? Nobody gets back to anybody. Go look at a house, put in your offer, and then be busy for the next 48 hours while they try to reach you. They're going to go for the people that are ready. So if you speed up the process, it doesn't matter how fast they go. You're going to move on. That's okay. But you're ready to move when you say you're ready to move. Don't be one of the 20% who doesn't do that. It's kind of an economic principle as well. The speed of money, velocity of money, same kind of thing. They judge the economy, how fast the money moves. I can tell you this from a law of attraction standpoint. If you're hoarding your money, you're in lack. If you make that money move and make it move fast and invest it and get out there and just keep things going, you make more money. That's how it happens. Simple truth, though. Success, like speed. It's very sexy, and it is attractive to other people. A lot of people can't keep up with it. They can't. If you're successful, they can't. If you're moving really quickly, they can't keep up with you. And you will run into that all the time. And there are some people who will not keep it, but won't even try to. You won't be able to get their attention. You can't do business with them. When I bought the motor coach I'm in right now, I can't tell you how many people I walked past that didn't want to move fast. I knew what I wanted. Done. I was going to buy it. I was ready to go. Cash, ready to buy this thing. One person stepped up. He moved fast. Once I told him, I'm on it. Let's do this thing. I'm going home with this today. One person stepped up. When I bought my first motorcycle, in fact, it became a fun thing every single time I bought a Harley. Every single time. I would shop for a Harley Davidson. I don't care how many salesmen I talked to. I'd fast. If he didn't ask for the sale, I didn't give it to him. I just found another salesman. I'd go through 15 salesmen before somebody finally said, hey, you want to do some numbers? Boom, done, got it, out of there, right away. I like to move fast. Don't pay attention to anybody else. I just move fast. Knowing your goals and taking massive imperfect action always speeds things up. Massive imperfect action. Talked about it earlier this week. Don't be a perfectionist. Just take action. Clean up your mess later. Can't tell you how many entrepreneur clients I've had over the years. Massive imperfect action. Getting everything they want. Making a lot of money. One guy one time told me, you know what? I'm kind of losing my hair. I said, yeah, you should take care of yourself better. He said, well, I'm kind of just not taking myself take care of myself at all. I said, well, you probably ought to do that. He goes, well, things are going really well. When I make all the money and have all the time, then I'll take care of it. I don't agree with that. But I really don't agree with the topic. But I will tell you this. He got a lot done, and he had success. And when I met him a few years later, he had, in fact, replaced his hair and his teeth at that point. Lost weight, looked great. It was awesome. People get caught up in the belief that their leaders cast. Like I said, you don't have to be a leader. But if you're going to walk in and instigate a transaction anywhere, you're the leader. You are. People get caught up in your belief. So when you crank up your energy and your urgency, people just fall in line. They do. They almost can't stop it. You know that. Think for a second how many people you know that have high energy, positive people. They walk in a room, you're like, whoa, I want to be like them. Or not, right? But still, you appreciate what they got. Sometimes people walk in the room. I tell you, I have learned this over the years. And it's one of these things where, when salespeople and entrepreneurs and people that are really, really growing and building, they can captivate you. And if they have good sales skills and they walk in the room, I'd give my wallet to my wife and I say, go lock it up in the car, because here they come. You just buy in and you go for it, right? So a money metaphor, but it really works for just about anything. You could be at your church and just walk in with that unbelievable energy, and people love you for it. Isn't that what you want? Well, not necessarily people love you for it, but you want to love your life and get things done, right? Whatever your dreams, it is time, I think, for you to fire up your inner supercharger. Take yourself at a tractor pull. I was at one recently up in Edinburgh, Virginia. And I learned. I said, hey, watch for the white smoke. That's good. That's fun. But when the black smoke kicks in, turbocharger's fired up. That's fuel in the air that it couldn't burn, but watch it go fast. It's time for you to fire up the supercharger and just go for it. We'll see what happens. But as I said, clarity. We'll talk about clarity a little bit more tomorrow. But make sure that you have that clarity. You can run really fast and just get things done, and maybe you'll get lucky. But if you don't have absolute clarity where you're heading, your speed's going to require you to bounce into a bunch of walls and a bunch of people and maybe not have the success you want. It is frustrating. That's why we always focus on getting you focused. Always. All right, so tomorrow, the steps to fulfillment. We're going to take you back in time. I'm going to rip somebody off. Well, I'm going to borrow his stuff, okay? Who hasn't? Everybody has borrowed Tony Robbins stuff, but big fan of Tony Robbins. Did a lot of stuff with him back a long time ago, probably 20 years ago now. But a few things stick. In fact, a lot of things stick. I give him credit. The guy rocks the world. He does it in a great way. We'll talk about that tomorrow, right here on the Daily Boost, Steps to Fulfillment.